passasjerer. Dette lokfører i toget. Vi har nettopp fått en beskjed at det har vært en påkjørsel i Oslo. Og derfor blir vi stående her i Asker inntil videre. Vi vet ingenting om når vi kan komme videre.
Oi.
Men togleder ønsket å ha oss til plattform her så lenge. Så vi kommer til å få mer beskjed senere, men vi vet altså ikke når vi kan kjøre videre mot Oslo og Eidsvoll.
Yeah.
Og vi beklager det inntrufne.
Let's see if we'll hear it in English.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the message comes in English.
This is the train driver speaking. Unfortunately, there has been an accident in Oslo, and we don't know when we can leave Asker station. We will come back with more information soon.
I think there've been a suicide
and we are
case.
sorry about this situation.
Okay.
So the accident, is it on the railway?
It's on the railway.
Two trains are colliding or what?
No, maybe somebody folded in the rail, and then the train kind of is an accident with the person, or maybe we have a murder case or something like that. So that's going to hinder us. But anyway, this is a good time that we're going to have. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So guys, I just found a Nigerian driver. So it's very interesting for you guys who have been following about Dangote issue, because I did a video about that. But then you know, you can do a video once you have some ideas on that. But I really want us to hear a point of view for Nigerian when it actually comes to Dangote, and to how Nigerians see him, and how do they actually envision him as being one of the greatest businessmen in Africa, of course. I was just talking to him just for a while now. He's into something. I'll get him on video. And Dangote is being looked at as somebody who monopolizes the market, you know, want to control every ecosystem of everything that he's doing, and then everybody else ends up to be in the mess because everybody else have to actually buy from Dangote, and that, I understand, it can kill small businesses. We have if you know the monopoly system, you know, it's whereby the market is controlled by just one business, and then everybody else depends on that. So if you get the market just controlled by only one system, that can actually cause, in terms of he can decide the prices of everything and how everything goes. So I think that was a very interesting point of view, and something that we actually should really think about, because I did not really think of it that way. That's why I think it's really nice to actually have those kind of point of views on how people consider him and how people look at him. You know, most of us look at him as a hero, which he is in many ways, but also it's also very good to look to hear the other side of other people. What did they think of him? What do they actually look at him as? And that for me is very interesting than just having one-sided view about the issue. So I think now the train is going and we are moving after the accident was announced. So now we got him back on video. So can you please tell me what you were saying about Dangote?
African richest man, the richest black man on planet 8.
Yeah.
But back home in Nigeria, we think that it doesn't allow for competition.
Okay.
He monopolizes every sector.
So the salmon sector is monopolized.
Yeah. You see him in the food sector. A lot of monopoly in the product.
Yeah.
You see him in his products, for example, the cement.
Yeah.
Whatever price he sells his cement is the leverage for every other person.
Oh.
When it goes up, high cost of building or construction
Yeah.
will also be experienced. When it comes down, there is also a lower cost. So it takes over the entire market.
All right.
And if we try to establish, there will be policies that will kill a competitor. So what we have is monopoly all through. And it's not good for our system.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is what we've been experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the different view we have about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Considering how every other person sees him like a hero.
Yeah, because we see, when we look at him, we see him as a hero, somebody who actually is trying to help the economy, create jobs, and all that. But at the same time, if the system is monopolized, then he's killing other people's jobs because they can actually not function as it's supposed to. But doesn't the government kind of regulate what, if he can sell at a certain price so that...
No, in a monopoly system, you can't be regulated.
No.
They don't regulate what he sells. He determines his price. He tells you that's his production cost, and you don't have nothing to do about it.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it's not a very good experience.
But that
for
is
us.
really a very difficult system to live in if he is going to, because now it seems like he's making the rules of how things are going to be on the market, but then the government does not have anything to say. But now on this monopoly, on this oil case, do you see as such? Because I know the Nigerian government had kind of a refinery, and then that refinery cannot function for 2 years or something like that since they created it. But now the way we see it is that he's trying to actually make Nigeria much more independent in terms of oil production, and that can help also the economy because then the price of oil will come down. Do you see it that way?
Yeah, although in that sector, I wouldn't know if I would be correct to say that it's new to the sector.
Yeah.
But in that sector, it's doing well.
Yeah.
Because it was just at the age of the refinery being fully started.
Yeah.
But there are some challenges with the byproduct.
Okay.
Because there are also powers that try to influence that part.
Yeah.
It does not allow for him to get the products he requires
Yeah.
for the refining to be done.
Okay.
So, and he came out publicly to say so that there are challenges, there are issues with people who are gaining from the inability of the country to invest in the refinery system to make the refiners. Nigeria has 4
Refineries. Okay.
None of them are functioning.
Okay. Why is it that they're not functioning? Let me just maybe put it here. Why is it that the refineries are really not functioning?
Because there are some powers that be who are actually benefiting from the non-functionality of the refinery.
Okay.
They gain more by importing the refined crude.
Okay.
So they will stop at nothing to make the refinery to function.
Okay. But that's really interesting. But isn't it good what he's doing so that actually he can get more competition from the government refineries? Because when they see Dangote actually working on his refinery and that it's working, maybe they can actually work their refineries work as well.
I'm saying he's doing a good job in the refinery.
Yeah.
And he's facing the same challenge that the 4 others have been facing.
Okay.
Because at one point,
Yeah.
if you cut off the profits from others, the people that profited will not be happy.
Yeah.
So that's a big challenge, a big barrier.
Yeah.
With all the hula baloo with NNPC and the big stakeholders are doing some things with corruption, it could be something that is a big challenge for him to function well as a company. But we look forward to him being able to overcome those challenges.
Those challenges, yeah.
And using it as stepping stones so that the country can be able to find their own oil.
Yeah.
in time.
Because it's really the oil industry is one of the biggest mafia, as he was stating it in one of his interviews recently. He's saying that the oil mafia is actually stronger than the drug mafia, and then you have much more richer people who are actually dealing in this market, both international and national. so they're benefiting from it. And just being able to kind of have a control, a hand over the oil, because you and me knows that Africa does not control the oil markets even on its continent. So having somebody, a player who is actually involved in that, is actually for a benefit for the continent. I don't know if you guys look at it that way, because all the oil, before it's refined, it has to go outside of the country, and then you come and you resell it again to the country, and then it has to go, which increases the production and the cost of transport and all that. They come on the buyer or the consumer. So if he gets in the market, which can actually lower the prices and get the consumer a better price. But of course, I don't know if even if we get a lot of competition, since there are a lot of competition right now, the prices are still very high. But if he can actually fix that, do you think that if it comes into the market, can that actually help the prices to go?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. If there's a refinery that is working, functional,
Yeah.
then the cost of having to import the oil will reduce.
Yeah.
The cost of having to bring in the product, the final product, to also be reduced in terms of shipping, transportation, logistics,
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. We are actually in support of that. And
Yeah.
like I said, we look forward to him overcoming those challenges that comes with the mafia.
Yeah, because I think I heard the president of Nigeria, what's his name again? I forgot his name.
President
Tinubu, yeah, President Tinubu. He gave an order that Dangote should be paying also petrol in Naira, which is they should be actually giving him crude to refine in Naira, which was not which is something, a requirement that is requiring to have it in Naira, because most of the things now, the devaluation of the Naira, Nigerian Naira, is also based on the oil, because they have to pay everything in dollar. So I think maybe my taking of it is that that also will actually help the economy to kind of, or the Naira to kind of increase in terms of value. So I think that was very interesting to see it. But how can we do to avoid monopoly then?
Small businesses should be encouraged to start up. Policies should not be such stringent, such that will discourage small businesses to start up.
Yeah.
Taxes could be waived or reduced, so as to also encourage other people to come into the business, to reduce the monopoly. When as far as you have a one-man business, he determines the price, he determines the ceiling, and the consumers will always be at the point of suffering.
Yeah, it is true.
So it is high time government should also look into a way of encouraging small scale businesses to grow, so that they can be able to rise up to the challenge of competing favorably in the business, in the market.
Oh, that's really something really true. But when you have such a big company, like such a big industry like the Dangote industry, what can the government do? They have kind of limits Dangote in other fields if they want to have other small competition or other small businesses.
I don't get your point.
Let's say cement, for example. If they want other small competitors to compete, then they have to kind of say, at Dangote you can only sell in huge amounts and not sell it in details, for example. Limit him in the way that he sells, or make policies that will actually benefit the small businesses.
Yeah, usually what happens is that the policies do not actually favor the smaller businesses, and that's why they withdraw.
Yeah.
If you have better policies, if you have a trading system that allows for credit facilities to be assessed, if you have a discount in the amount of tax that should be used, if you have incentives for those companies. You see them trying. We
Yeah.
have had a lot of them that came up, but along the line, the policies did not encourage them to stay, so they withdrew. And
Yeah.
we still had that one-man business.
Okay, I understand. But is there a sentiment of lacking Dangote in Nigeria, or is there a sentiment of kind of saying, "Hey, this man got it all, and we are just lagging behind. We'll do nothing."
I don't believe that the other people have been doing nothing. They have been doing their best. But
Yeah.
if government do not give you policies that favors you, you'll be frustrated.
Yeah, it's very frustrating for businesses and the other people as well.
So you have a gap.
Mm,
The rich becomes richer and the poor becomes poorer.
exactly, and
So
that.
we don't have middlemen. You either belong to the very rich or you belong to the poor class.
Mm.
And that's
Avstigning
the challenge
venstre
right
side.
now.
Oh, yeah, but Nigeria has a really big class of rich people.
You think so? Compared to the population, and do you
Well,
see
compared
that
to
we
the
are also the highest in terms of in terms of poverty in
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
we have the 10% that are very rich.
Yeah,
What happens to the other 90?
that is true. But Nigeria is even better, more than Congo or Cote d'Ivoire or all these other countries because they don't have rich classes.
They actually do, just that the percentage
They have
might
only
be
the
too
poor
minor.
classes. Uh,
They have, but just that the percentage might just be too minute.
yeah, I think Nigeria has better organization in the way that they work. Really, they care about quality of things and improvement, and they learn in terms of they bring back home what they have learned in terms of knowledge, investment, and all that. So, which I really think Nigerians are very good at that. Thank you for giving us that update. I think it was very interesting to kind of have that update, with you. This is one of our subscribers, so we really thank you very much, and God bless you for that update. Yeah.